It's time now for the Period Channel 11 o'clock news for this Thursday, November 20th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here now. Your 11 o'clock news headlines here on this Thursday night here. And our top story at 11 o'clock here is in Washington, where the immigration speech that President Obama gave a week before Thanksgiving was the one he was supposed to be give before Labor Day. As it reminded everybody of echoes of what George W. Bush did in his immigration speech. And speaking of Bush, former Florida Governor George Bush gave a strong reaffirmation of his support for Common Core on Thursday, declaring that the controversial multi-state education standards represent the new minimum for what students must learn in the classroom. A Florida State University alumnus and attorney who shot 3 people at the school's library early Thursday believed that the governor was targeting him for persecution, detailing his thoughts in a journal, and then the videos detectives detained a Florida D said. With the Buffalo area buried by the snow, the new Buffalo Bills New York Jets game will be moved to Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan on Monday night. Remembering Mike Nichols. Season on the anniversary of Mexico's 1910 revolution, demonstrators took to the streets in Mexico City and other parts of the country Thursday in one of the largest shows to date of public anger over the government corruption and the Pablo massacre of 43 citizens. In local news, the top Democrat in the Massachusetts House has taken local aid off the table of the discussions over how to reduce the state's budget shortfall as House Speaker Robert DeLeo ruled out any local cut in local aid in less than 24 hours after Democratic Governor Deval Patrick included it as a part of a plan to close on part of a projected $329 million budget deficit in the current fiscal year that ends July 1st. He advised that a rarely used tactic method to address gambling addiction Massachusetts may require casinos to require and reward their customers to develop voluntary set limits on how much time and money they spend at slot machines under a proposal being considered by state gambling regulators, but the state's recently licensed casino companies, Wynn Resorts, MGM Resorts International, and Penn National Gaming have very strong concerns over the idea, suggesting that such programs have not proved effective elsewhere. When with casino funding, the 2 Las Vegas-based casino companies say that they each plan to take on at least $1 billion of the debt to the pay for new casino hotel developments in Massachusetts, among other things. In Cambridge, 7 Harvard University students have filed a lawsuit along the judge to force the university's governing body to withdraw its investments in fossil fuels. The lawsuit filed on Wednesday in the Suffolk Superior Court alleges that investment in fossil fuel companies violates the university's duties as a public charity. Dartmouth, a church near the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth campus, is open a food pantry to assist and increase the number of students who choose to pay tuition rather than buy food. But the pastor says U.S. Dartmouth is the first state college with a food pantry near the campus. Boston's Police Commissioner Bill Evans is urging the city's college students to act responsibly and peacefully if they participate in public demonstrations once a grand jury decides whether to bring charges in the police shooting of an unarmed black teenager in Ferguson, Missouri. In Springfield, Maine, police said made heroin deliveries on a bicycle has been sentenced to a year in jail. The state's Office of Labor and Workforce Development says Massachusetts gained an estimated 1,200 jobs in October, but the state's unemployment rate remained unchanged at 6%. A large man has pleaded guilty and not guilty to a fatal stabbing an 18-year-old Lowell woman during what police say was a fight over marijuana. Has pleaded not guilty. The Framingham man who grabbed a 15-year-old girl after she got off her school bus dragged her in the woods where he raped her at knifepoint and been sentenced to 20 years in prison. The general manager at MTA has defended the $2.7 billion contract given to the new operator Commuter Rail System despite revelation that the company had been fined more than $800,000 in just 4 months. A Sharon woman had been convicted of being drunk when she backed her car out of a driveway and struck and killed a pregnant woman on the sidewalk. A Massachusetts-spine doctor has been denied for alleged sexually assaulting 2 women patients. Police say an employee of a Westfield World Salt manufacturing facility has died in a work-related accident. 2 former members of the Teamsters Union were convicted of federal racketeering charges for use of violence and threats of violence to win jobs elections for a union office. Mohammed Javad Zarif of Iran and Catherine Ashton of Europe and John Kerry is in Vienna Wall. The Middle East, the U.S. lays out limits to Sikhs in Iran nuclear talks. The gunman who killed Miss Andres says told police that he murdered the beauty queen and her sister, the jealous maid, because her girlfriend danced with another man. When President Obama made his case to the nation Thursday for immigration reform, he told the story of a young woman from Nevada who has quietly won the hearts of the most powerful in Washington that face America's immigrants. In Ferguson, Missouri, police in Ferguson, Missouri kept alert on Thursday for signs of tension after arrested 5 people for blocking the street the night before the protests demanded a criminal dab at a white police officer who shot dead. Michael Brown, a black teenager. A Michigan woman was arrested by Secret Service officers as she was walking around the White House North fence with Hague at about 8 p.m. Administration explains Obamacare enrollment numbers in error. In Washington, former Senator Jim Webb of Virginia has announced that the Presidential Exploratory Committee becoming the first candidate in either party to take such an overt step toward a White House bid. Alabama drafted an extradited ban as an attempt at the U.S. debt market for the first time on Thursday, lifted issuance by investment-grade companies in the U.S. to move more than $600 billion for the year. Asia sucks so by weak economic reports. The creepy and unauthorized access to the webcams in homes and businesses here in Australia is around the world as a Russia-based site is broadcasting images from systems using either default passwords or no login code at all. U.S. announced today that it brought aboard privacy experts, among them being former IBM Chief Privacy Officer Harriet Pearson, to conduct an in-depth review of its privacy practices. A new app will develop in the Washington Post to some Amazon Kindle table for free. It's the first formal collaboration between the two companies since Amazon founder Jeff Bezos bought the Post for $250 million last year. Casting the Hunger Games is a tough gig. Each film installment of the Susan Collins Death and Danger-filled book trilogy requires the host of replacement characters that star alongside Jennifer Lawrence's Katniss. Actor Bill Cosby speaks at the National Action Network's 20th Annual Keeper of the Dream Awards Gala in New York on April 6, 2011 as Cosby coming gigs to go on in the midst of swirling accusations. During Scandal's mid-season finale, Olivia seemed left to see once again, but this time was about just when a type of ghost broke on and the fact that would wipe any loose ends from B613 Joe Martin face off with his daughter once again. Every winter when plants die, which are the year for what they came they really several chemicals they have been destroyed in their physical bodies. Washington grow first resistant crops, especially in barley, enabling humans to note. High altitudes in the Tibetan plateau, a rough-footed world about 3,600 years ago, a team of international researchers said. In New York, 2 travelers were returned recently from African trips tested negatively on Thursday at hospitals in New York and Missouri, as well stay under observation while awaiting additional confirmation results. In Atlanta, 1/3 of adults drink excessively but are not alcoholics, say a new study from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Here, alright, let's take a look at Instant Alert here at 11:07 here on this late Thursday night here in Lynn, Massachusetts here on Western Avenue, Miss Cross Street, and requested EMS to step it up. Out of our 295 northbound at 95 southbound, 2-car motor vehicle accident EMS evaluating here. Interstate 95 northbound presently closed between exit 8 and 9 to Walpole Shore and stretched through the high tension power lines of the road here. In Boston, Massachusetts, 81 Caledonia and Avenue, first 2 companies on scene with fire showing. And Mountain Avenue gunshots reported that the gun spotted network call units responded 2 rounds fired. Center also reported a location at Pleasant Streets and neighbors are Pleasant and Pleasant at Iron Streets. State that they haven't heard anything. Police are cleared in that area and OIC is requesting units made at the Mountain Avenue location at 9:25 p.m. As units are cleared from the Mountain Avenue location and K9 unit being requested. Trip and Michael Fitzgerald of Massachusetts State Police Department gets down and dirty help a disabled veteran. As a photo, as he helped fix the tire of a disabled veteran. So tip by the Peter Shuttle hat to Michael Fitzgerald, State Trooper of the Massachusetts State Police. And we got word tonight that former Taunton mayor and host of Old Time Taunton, Charlie Crowley, passed away this evening as he served on the city of Taunton very well during his tenure. And before that, he was a city councilor at the Turner Zombie and preserving history into the city of Taunton for turning it into a cable TV program that ran on the Taunton Community Access Media for 60 years called Old Time Taunton. Was a great guy. He loved the city, and rest in peace, Mr. Crowley, you are a great man that served this city of Taunton very well when you're the mayor. I talked to rest in peace, Mayor Crowley here. Peter, Channel News Times now 11:09 here and it is time now for a travel report here on this. Take a look at traffic situation here at 11:10 here. And it shows mass pack on the westbound side, slow from the pike down to the Pru Tunnel. 95 northbound, closed from Sharon to Walpole due to the high tension power lines down to the road here. And Callan Tunnel upbound in Boston, road construction left and closing. Callan Tunnel left lane upbound after 9-3 and before Logan Airport and East Boston reported by DOT. And we got an accident in Massachusetts Avenue here. New mass pike here, so expect some delays here. But otherwise, you have a smooth sailing commute at 129 southbound side slope from Route 9 to Highland Avenue. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commute here on this Thursday night here as we take a look at the weather situation here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11:11 in the evening time. It's 30 degrees with fair skies, 1 degree below Celsius, humidity 61%, wind speed calm. Barometer 29.9, 1 inches, 2 about 18 degrees, and visibly 10 miles an hour here. Okay, take a look at our current conditions in the region here. It's 34 degrees at temperature right now here in Boston. It's 32 in Pittsburgh, it's 30 in Bedford, 31 in Beverly, 32 in Haverhill, 55 in Gloucester. It's 29 in Worcester, 29 in Sturbridge, 32 in Webster, 31 in Milford, 30 in Norway and Taunton, 36 in New Bedford, 37 in Plymouth and Provincetown, 39 in Falmouth and Chatham, 46 in Cape Cod Bay, 42 in Martha's Vineyard, 43 in Nantucket. 41 Block Island, it's 37 in Westerly, 36 in Providence, 28 out in Smithfield, it's 36 in New York City and in Islip, and 41 in Montauk and Long Island, 34 in New Haven, 35 in Bridgeport, 32 in Denver, 30 in Waterbury, 33 in Meriden, 33 in Hartford, and 30 in Windsor Locks, it's 29 in Springfield, 28 in Amherst, and Athol and Greenfield, 23 in Northampton, 21 in Pittsfield, 24 in Albany, New York, 25 in Saratoga Springs, 25 in Rutland, Vermont, 23 in Bennington, 27 in Keene, Hampshire, 20 in Brattleboro, Vermont, 26 in Jefferson, Hampshire, 31 in Nashville, Hampshire, 34 in Portland, Hampshire, 32 in Portland, Maine, 28 in Manchester, Hampshire, 27 in Concord, Hampshire, 28 up in Laconia, New Hampshire. Here. Okay, take a look at map situation around the country. So the cold front stretching off the California coastline and pink front of the northwestern California and off the Oregon coastline. In here, we got a warm front from Kansas stretching up to northern Colorado, up in the Wyoming and the Montana, and a station front up in Alberta. We got a cold front from New Mexico stretching western Texas, warm front stretching in northern Texas, and got a cold front from the Gulf States stretching in the Carolinas and stretching up the Atlantic Sea, open up in New Brunswick, up to eastern Quebec. Station front from eastern Quebec, eastern Cuba stretching out to sea. Got a pink front central Quebec, followed by from north central Minnesota up to UP Michigan, up to eastern Ontario and Quebec, followed by from Illinois, down for Michigan, and down for northeastern Ontario. We got a followed by from central Nevada, and down from northwestern Arizona, low pressure center, and then central Nevada. We got low pressure in southeastern Montana, north central Colorado, western Texas and central Quebec, and off the Oregon coastline. We've got some high pressure in Idaho and northeastern California and Utah and Colorado and western Kentucky and part panhandle and southern western portions of Minnesota. Here, 20 degrees at temperature right now here in Detroit, 24 in Pittsburgh, 42 in Washington, D.C., 49 in Atlanta, Georgia, 73 in Miami, it's 69 in Brownsville, 61 in Dallas, Texas, it's 27 out in Kansas City, 22 out in Omaha, Nebraska, it's 20 in Chicago, 10 above in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 41 in Great Falls, Montana, 50 out in San Francisco, 50 in Seattle, 58 in San Francisco, 63 in Los Angeles, 56 in Las Vegas, 35 in Salt Lake City, 39 in Denver, 45 in Albuquerque, and 63 out of Phoenix, Arizona. Take a look at the radar satellite shows some line of clouds with a few bits of rain showers off the Long Island and Cape and Islands there. And some spotty clouds around central Massachusetts and after the North Shore of Massachusetts, hugging the Maine coastline. Some rain showers off the Maine coastline here. as we're going to zoom out to our radar satellite loop around country shows line of snow showers around the Freeway quarter from Albany down for Buffalo and then stretching to western Pennsylvania up in the northeast on Howard down for southern and northwestern portions of Michigan and up in the UP Michigan down for southern Ontario here. And while seeing some rain showers and patch clouds around California and western Nevada and some spotty rain showers around Washington State up in the central British Columbia down for central portion available here and some clouds and rain showers stretch around eastern Texas and for southwestern Arizona here, southwestern Arkansas. Line of clouds coming up off the Mid-Atlantic and northeastern states. Line of clouds coming from Florida down from Mexico down from Gulf State, and a line of clouds coming around western Arizona and up to California and Nevada and then up to Oregon and Washington State, up to western Idaho, and a line of clouds from western Kansas down from North Colorado up to Wyoming and Montana, and a line of clouds coming much to the western Canada from British Columbia down from Manitoba to western Ontario, and a line of clouds from eastern Ontario down to Quebec and Atlantic Canada here, and a few clouds around the Great Lakes here. Okay, let's see what's going on in the tropics here. We got 9 degrees in Green Bay, 20 in Buffalo, 24 in Cincinnati, and 33 in Raleigh, North Carolina here. Nothing brewing in the topics here. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast discussion around the country here. Heavy rain possible over parts of the southern plains. Heavy rain possible over parts of the Pacific Northwest, and lake effects slow to tip off of the Great Lakes as upper level energy over the Great Lakes will move eastward out of the over the western line by Friday evening, and the lake effects slow associated with the upper level energy will wind down over the Great Lakes by Friday evening as well. Moisture from the Gulf of Mexico will begin to overrun the cold air over the lakes that lay the British rate and freeze rate over parts of the Great Lakes by Saturday morning. Meanwhile, high pressure over the Mississippi Valley will move eastward to the Mid-Atlantic coast by Saturday. Circulation around the high will draw moisture from the western Gulf of Mexico over the southern plains into the middle Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes by Saturday. As the moisture will overrun the east-west boundaries over the southern plains, lower Texas, low Mississippi Valley, that would produce showers and thunderstorms over eastern Texas that will expand into the southern plains by Saturday morning. In addition, rain will develop over the parts of the lower middle Mississippi Valley by Friday morning and expand in parts of the Ohio Valley by Saturday. Additionally, easterly off the Atlantic and frontier. Southern Florida will produce showers and thunderstorms over the southern tip of Florida from early Friday morning to Friday Saturday. And upper level low off the California coast will move southeastward to northern Mexico by Saturday. As the energy will lean and produce rain over parts of the California coast that will wind down. By Friday morning, areas of rain and snow will develop over the parts of the higher elevations of California. Thursday evening as the front over the eastern Pacific will move on to over the western coast on Friday into Saturday morning. As the system will produce rain over parts of the Pacific Northwest on Friday morning. That will be increased in intensity to light to moderate rain by Friday evening as the intensity will weaken into light rain by Saturday morning. Here, as light snow will develop over parts of the northern mountain region by Friday evening as the snow will come moderate over parts of the region on Saturday morning, and likewise snow will begin to develop over parts of the Northern Rockies on Saturday morning here. Yes. Okay, take a look at forecast discussion around the country here in the region. While cold front delivers a reinforced resurgent blustery on seasonably cold conditions, the cold will linger Friday night and a significant warm-up is in store Sunday and Monday, but it will likely be accompanied by a period of cold rain, which ushers in cold weather, returns by the middle of the next week. Other than some moisture effect clouds over the islands and a narrow band of clouds moving front Massachusetts skies are clear as the low level flow becomes northwest ocean clouds will push further south as models indicate some lake effect moisture may spill in the Berkshires overnight into the form of some clouds that possibly a flurry, otherwise mainly blue skies here. And take a look at weather notes here. 50 degrees be water temperature here. Lots of sun, mild weekend, and warmer weather Monday. And I'm predicting highs tomorrow 33, 37 degrees. I'll predict Friday be 36, Saturday 42, Sunday 53, and Monday 62 with some rain. Okay, take a look at some Are you prepared for the winter weather? As the Buffalo, New York region continues to be affected by the lake effect snow resulting in some several feet of accumulated snow. Since winter is right around the corner, is your vehicle ready for winter? If you happen to drive out about on the highways and byways here and winter weather is coming, what do? You got to winterize your car's emergency kit. Is you need a container of kitty litter. You need a flashlight. There you go. With some working batteries. You need a blanket or a sleeping bag. You need a small folding shovel, road flares, a little small candle, a windshield scraper, a small first aid kit, jumper cables, and candy or energy bars, and water in case you get stuck in a vehicle. And make sure you tune your car radio for the latest winter weather updates here. Or if you got a tablet with Wi-Fi built in it, you could tune into my Peter channel reports for updates on the weather. Okay, take a look at 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Says we are not going to have any snowy weather, but it'll be dry and cold for tonight with a low around 22 degrees in the overnight hours with most of the sky with a west wind about 3 to 7 miles per hour here. For Friday, sunny sky about 37 degrees, west wind about 8 to 13 miles because the high is 28 miles per hour. For Friday night, clear sky, low about 20 degrees, west wind about 3 to 7 miles per hour. So if you're going to the North Lancers JV football game against Bellingham on tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, bundle up because it's going to be chilly out. For Saturday, sunny sky about 39 degrees, southwest wind about 3 to 8 miles per hour. For Saturday night, slight chance of showers after 4 a.m. Mostly clouds got a low about 32 degrees, southwest wind about 8 miles per hour, chance of 20%. For Sunday, slight chance of showers before 9 a.m. and parts of sunny sky about 50 degrees, chance of 20%. For Sunday night, chance of rain after 2 a.m. Clouds got a low about 40 degrees, chance of 40%. For Monday, rain likely, most clouds got a high about 62 degrees, chance of 6%. Monday night, chance of showers, most clouds got a low about 47 degrees, chance of 40%. For Tuesday, parts of sunny sky about 56 degrees. And for Tuesday night, most clouds got a low about 38 degrees. Wednesday, parts of sunny sky high about 49 degrees. Wednesday night, most clouds got a low about 31 degrees. And for Thanksgiving Day, most sunny sky about 44 degrees. Bears, what a Friday's all done! Night, sunny and below normal temperatures on Friday. Here. Peter Channel News Time is now 11:23 here, and it is time now for a little sports news here. And take a look at the sports scoreboard here on this Thursday night here, since the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics had the night off here. Boston Bruins will be in Columbus taking on Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow night in Columbus, while the Boston Celtics will be in Memphis taking on the Memphis Grizzlies here. Okay, other scores around in the NHL. 1 period with about $1:30 left. Florida Panthers lead the San Jose Sharks 1-0 here. Out of Los Angeles Kings lead the Carolina Hurricanes 1-0 with 3:06 left in the first period here. And Ducks 2. Vancouver Canucks won with 14:30 left in the second period here. Chicago Blackhawks lead the Calgary Flames 4-3 with 10:20 left in the third period here. Colorado Avalanche and the Washington Capitals deadlocked at 2-2 apiece with 6:17 left in the third period here. Minnesota Wild nipping out the Philadelphia Flyers 3-2. Ottawa Senators 3, Nashville Predators 2. Montreal Canadiens 4, St. Louis Blues 1. Toronto Maple Leafs 5, Tampa Bay Lightning 2. Detroit Red Wings over the Winnipeg Jets 4-3, and Dallas Stars lead and defeat the Arizona Coyotes 3-1. NBA, 2 games going on in the NBA. It was Los Angeles Clippers over the Miami Heat 110-93, while the Chicago Bulls, through one quarter, lead the Sacramento Kings 29-22. And we got 3:44 left in the fourth quarter. Kansas City Chiefs lead the Oakland Raiders 20-17 here. College football scoreboard here. Kansas State over West Virginia 26-20. North Carolina over Duke 45-20. And Texas State 28. Arkansas State 14 with 23 seconds left in the second quarter here. All right, let's take a look at sports news here on this late Thursday night. Ralph Wilson Stadium on Thursday with Buffalo Air being buried by snow. Buffalo Bills and New York Jets game will be moved to Ford Field in Detroit on Monday night. In Oakland, California, running back Latavius Murray has left Oakland's game against the Kansas City Chiefs with a concussion as Murray scored 2 touchdowns in the first half and rushed for 112 yards and 4 carries before getting hurt on Thursday night. Los Angeles Kings defenseman Slava Bonov was charged Thursday with a felony in connection with an incident last month at his Redondo Beach home. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office announced today that Chicago Bulls have unexpectedly held their own early in the NBA season despite the injuries to Derrick Rose. Paul Gasol has been playing better than they expected, but the biggest surprise might be Jimmy Butler's rise as legitimate scoring option. In Kansas City, Missouri, Miami Marlins owner Jeffrey Lurie has walked over this week at the Intercontinental Hotel, seen the mirror hallway. Everybody stops at center just to start. Stay tuned, says the Miami Marlins owner. The National Basketball Players Union has planned to fight NBA Commissioner Adam Silver on the suspension of Charlotte Hornets player Jeff Taylor. In Zurich, FIFA ethics judge Hans Joachim Eckert and investigator Michael Garcia have met for the first time since the public disagreement and agreed a reported 2018-2022 World Cup bids process should be further be reviewed. Roger Federer has led the Swiss quest to win the first Davis Cup title on Lillian Friday, taking on a powerful French quartet spearheaded by the Joe Wilfried Tsonga and Gail Monfils. A combination poor guard play from the Yao Hawkeyes had a huge second half led to a 71-57 Longhorns victory in the semifinals of 2K Classic on Thursday night at Madison Square Garden, New York City. In Columbus, Ohio, Columbus Blue Jackets defenseman Jack Johnson filed for bankruptcy while earning millions under a $38 million contract in his 9th NHL season. Jason Brown had no real farmer scruples when he retired from an NFL a few years ago, but the former setter didn't let that stop him from buying a 1,000-acre farm to grow food in the needy. The Lakers on a 2-game winning streak and Nick Young deserves all the credit. Don't laugh. Kobe Bryant did only briefly when he asked if it was the case. And Michigan Junior guard Karis LeVert scored 17 in his team at 21 points in the second half after the Wolverines 71-62 win over the Detroit Chrysler Center Thursday night. And that's going to be it for PHL 11 o'clock news on this November 20th, 2014 on Thursday night. People say good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good night. The good positive attitude. Good night. See you tomorrow morning.